All right, so today we're going to talk about how to integrate QLab over this MIDI connection here that is then going into the back of the sound console. How we can get it so that we can basically cue, if we look at our cues here, we can turn various channels on. We can set them at full, we can move them down, we can turn them off, as well as basically anything. So this is super cool. So first thing, a couple things that you need to do to set this up is first you need the MIDI installed or plugged into your USB. In QLab in MIDI, you need to set up a new MIDI patch for that. So I have the USB MIDI interface that I've selected here. After you do that, you need a program on your Mac called SysEx Librarian. I just downloaded this. It's a free open source program. Works super handy for what we're about to do. And what we're about to do is create commands that look like this, that are just these numbers that don't really mean anything to us, but they mean something to the system. So we need to know how to record those and basically plug them into QLab so that they can do all the fancy things. So to get that working, what you have to do is you have to come over here, and I am in the setup screen right now. So if you go to setup, make sure you're logged in as administrator, go over here to MIDI, and then the two settings that you want to do are right down here, parameter change, TX and RX. So you need both of those set. And then what that'll mean is whenever you make changes on the board, if we look at the MIDI device, it's hard to tell, but there's a light there indicating that code is being sent over the MIDI channel. So what we're going to do, and now we have that set up, is we have the ability now to record literally anything that we do on the sound console and recreate that through what's called a SysEx message. It's I don't know what that means, so we'll just keep going here. So let's say, for example, I want to record or know how to send a command to channel 6 to turn on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to SysEx Librarian, and I'm going to hit record 1 because we're just turning the value on or off. It's going to wait for me to then do something on the sound console. And as soon as I do, you'll see that message then goes away. And we can see it down. Oh, I think I was selected on it here. Yeah. So now if we copy that, and what I'm doing there is I just selected the note or what got recorded. I went to contents, and then I'm selecting everything after the F0 and before the F7. Now if you do that, you can then plug that into QLab. And to create a new cue for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the MIDI button. I'm going to change this value down here to be something. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to change this drop down to say MIDI SysEx message. That'll bring up this box where we can then paste that code in there. And now you'll see if I turn this off and press Q, we should see it turn on. So this is something that you would record this or identify what the code is on what you want to do, and then you would rename this to say, okay, this is channel 5 or channel 6. So we'll say channel 6 on. Or you can keep your spreadsheet with all of these values here. Either way works, but it is super cool because literally anything that you do on this is going to be captured within this SysEx Librarian. Now, when you think about like fader levels, that gets a little bit more complex because you want to go, for example, from here to here. What you would do in that case is you would record many, and then do whatever action that you're doing. And you'll notice here, there's a total of 78 messages. That's insane. So if we go to the contents of those now, we want to go all the way to the bottom of the list to grab that value, because essentially what it did there is it literally every moment of time that my finger was moving up, it was then recording that as a message within the system. So we only want to grab the last value that'll tell it where it ends up. So you grab it from anything after the F0 and anything before the F7. And that's how you do that. So I'm just learning about this. I just wanted to share, and we'll kind of go from there. Bye.